Hi there. Today on Typical Books, I'm going to talk about my TBR for the Horror in 24 readathon. Now, Horror in 24, not hours, days, 24-hour horror readathon. I'd really need to buckle down for that sort of thing. So I'm really glad that the organizers have arranged for it to be 24 days, Horror in 24 days. I'm going away on a little bit of a family visit, so that gives me a little bit of an opportunity to read in the evenings, and I think that I'll be able to get some extra reading done. And that said, I've chosen a few smaller books that travel well on one hand, that are summary reads on another hand, and things that I've read before, like the favorite childhood story. There's a few that I've sort of lumped together too, which, we bend the rules when it comes to these TBRs for athons, right? Thingathons. So this is no exception. I had noticed this thingathon, readathon, horror readathon at that, from Carol Marie Reads. So double thank you for posting such a cool TBR. And there's other organizers, Crystal and Rain and Marcy. So it always offers new people for me to follow, because I may not be that new to YouTube or that new to BookTube, but I'm new to doing readathons, that is for sure. It's like been less than a year that I've been doing a readathon ever. So I think this is really my second actual readathon. So yeah, some new people for me to follow and for you to check out as well. I'll leave the links to the original videos and TBRs down below. And of course, there's a lot of other horror tube and horror booktube people doing this tag, so definitely check out other by searching the tag Horror in 24. Now the prompts, and I'll tell you what I'm doing for the prompts, so my actual TBR will follow this. If you want to do this at home, I'll copy these below as well. Read a book with red on the cover. Read a haunted house or ghost story. Read a book featuring supernatural creatures like zombies, vampires, werewolves, etc. Read a gothic horror novel. Read your favorite childhood spooky story. Read a psychological horror story. Read any horror book that has been on your TBR for a while. And read our group book, Survivor's Song by Paul Tremblay. And I'm not that new to Paul Tremblay, but I had missed his last two books. This has given me an opportunity to get back into what he's been writing, and I picked up the ebook. So this is the one ebook on the list so far, and I'm kind of surprised because I have a little bit of a pile of ebooks to be reading, and none of them just really fit the bill, like books that I could see visually. And you've noticed I've redone my backdrop a little bit. I'm going to get new bookshelves, so this is kind of temporary again, but I had a few minutes and wanted to shake it up a little bit, and my stacks of books were toppling. As you can see, I wasn't able to fit everything in, so I've played Tetris a little bit with my bookshelves. That said, I dug up a couple that have been on my TBR for a while. So here we go with what my TBR is for the Horror in 24 readathon. This is going to do for number 1 and 6. This is read a book with red on the cover and read a psychological horror. Now, I don't have a guarantee there's going to be psychological horror in this, but it is edited by Michael Kelly. It is Shadows and Tall Trees. It is weird fiction by and large. This is signed by the editor as well, which is kind of cool. But we've got some people here like Brian Evanson, Simon Strancis, James Everington. We have Kirsty DeMeester and Steve Rasnick-Tem. So that and all the other authors, there's going to be something psychologically ooky in here, and I just know it. If there's not, I will pick up another book in the meantime. Number 2 is read a haunted house or ghost story. I'm still reading Haunted, so I will finish this within the confines of this TBR and this readathon, so Haunted it is. Number 3 and 5, read something featuring monsters like werewolves and vampires. This is Vampires, Werewolves, and Other Demons by Bernhardt J. Herwood. This is another Bernhardt J. Herwood book from my childhood. The House That Didn't Exist is one of the stories in here. I am so excited to reread this. I had flipped through it when I picked it up, and I had picked these up being reminded that they existed by John at Books of Blood. So yeah, really excited to read these. These are my vacation reads. Number 4 and 7. Number 4, read a gothic horror, and Rebecca is a gothic novel, bar none. And it's been on my TBR for a while, so that is the other fulfillment right there. And then with a little Paul Tremblay Survivor song, then this TBR is sorted. So that is it. If you participate in Horror in 24, let me know in the comments below. Let the creators know, the hosts of this awesome TBR, and of course keep it horror. Horror in 24, after all. I love horror tags. I love a horror readathons. So always let me know if you have created one. It's very exciting stuff. If you have anything you think I should be reading, or anything that's on your TBR, if you're not posting a video or whatever, but you're reading along, then definitely let me know what you've picked or what you have picked instead, or if you've read any of these books. Thank you very much for watching, and have an ooky, spooky day.